So, but and so I was like, when they were laughing at me, man, I got myself together, man. I was screaming top of my lungs, man. I was freaked out. No, no, no. And I had, I had, I'd probably taken about 4 or 5 hits of acid. I'd probably snorted maybe 2 or 3 grams of coke, maybe a half a gram of crystal meth. Um, smoked a few joints, and one and a drug dealer, man. Some dudes I was with, they had some friends from Houston that were drug dealers, and that's where we got all our drugs from. And I don't even see how they were alive, man. They probably weighed 50 pounds, each one of them, dude. It was freaking sick. And they were meth heads, man. They'd been up for like 2 or 3 weeks on meth. And they were just getting started. They brought some freaking, some fry stick, dude. That's what they called it. These big old freaking marijuana blunts, dude, dipped in formaldehyde, embalming fluid. I mean, that's like pouring freaking gas out of a can and putting it in a cup and drinking it. That's how freaking stupid and crazy that crap is. And that's what almost killed me, dude. All that. So I was so out of it, and I thought I was actually in hell. I did. And where the rave was in this freaking warehouse, I was at a rave, and it was the road that led to the warehouse where the music was playing was at a decline. The road went down. Okay, and I was like, man, I'm gonna go into that freaking place, and that's when the torment and the torture of hell is gonna begin, and that's it for me. I'm in hell. And so I freaked out a little bit more, man, and it's kind of personal what I did. I hope people um, who knows the full story would use discretion and not embarrass me. But I did some other stuff, man, because I was so afraid. And 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 these people that were sitting like right there, Indian style, they're like, "Oh my God, what is he doing?" They called the cops, dude, and I thought I was in hell, man. I really did. I didn't know what I was gonna do, and they put me in an ambulance, dude. They brought me to the freaking hospital, and the doctors that were trying to sew up my freaking eye right here where it was cut and put stitches in it, they look like demons, dude. And that freaking needle looked like some type of torture device, man. They were about to go off on me. So I was fighting them, dude. They had to restrain me. They put me in ICU. They just left me there. And none of my friends knew where I was at. They had to check all the hospitals. They finally found me, you know. And every time I would, every time I would go, I was so tired I just wanted to go to sleep, man. Every time I'd slip into unconsciousness, I felt the flames of hell, dude, just burning me, dude. My arms, my legs, and it wasn't really my flesh as much as it was burning my spirit, or my whatever it is, my soul, my spirit. It wasn't a surface heat. It had penetrated through my flesh, and it was burning at a deeper level than my flesh. That's all I can tell you. And it scared me. And I would wake up out of that unconscious state, dude, and I would cry to Jesus Christ, dude, save me, save me. I don't want to go to hell. I did that for 14 freaking hours. And finally, they released me, man. They wheeled me out, dude. My friends, and we went back home. We left Austin, dude. And I don't even know if I was so out of my head. I was probably rambling a bunch of freaking jibber jabber that didn't even make sense. But it scared me. And you know, that was after I had prayed the sinner's prayer at that church to get saved, and it had no effect on me. So, I didn't know what I was going to do. And so I slept for 2 or 3 days, and finally my sister came by, and my sister had just received the baptism of the Holy Ghost at a Trinitarian, I think it was Assembly of God, at her ex-father-in-law's church. He was a preacher over there. And my sister, man, she was on fire, dude. She witnessed to me. And she said my eyes were so sunken in my head, and my cheeks were so like that, and I was so haggard. She said I looked like a walking skeleton. She said I was dead, but the only thing keeping me alive was the drugs. The drugs that were in my system was the only thing keeping me alive. That's the way she saw it. And I was scared. So I went to that freaking church, and the devil fought me, dude. I never had so many demons fight me in all my life, man. My car broke down on the way back, overheated. I had car trouble getting up there. But I remember I wasn't for sure if Christianity was real or not. I remember reading in the Bible about, right before that, I remember reading in the Bible about how sorcery and witchcraft, man, and necromancy and wizardry and all that, talking to the dead and spirits, that was all an abomination in the sight of God. And I was like, man, I got even more scared, because I always believed, I wanted to believe, that God was really real. The God of the Bible was God. I just couldn't believe in pantheism, dude, like the New Age, where everything is God, and you just reincarnate to a higher existence or whatever. Screw that, dude. I want to get there now. I don't want to go through 10,000 million lives, dude, of this freaking crap. That sucks. And there really is no right or wrong, really. It's just life learning and evolving to higher levels. And I'm like, dude, that really sucks. There is no God. There's nobody to help you, because everything is God anyways. And my life sucks, and human beings suck, and there's so much trouble. I can't believe that, dude. That's too freaking depressing. So I was hoping God really was real. So I would compare the Bible and them books, man. I felt life in that Bible, and I didn't feel none in them books. So I remember, man, I was laying down on my bed, dude, on my back, and I prayed to the Lord. I said, if you're really, I said, I want to, because I had been praying to those ascended masters and them demons, and I prayed, I said, I want to talk to the God of holiness and righteousness and purity and love. I don't want to talk to nobody else. I'm not talking to anybody else but Him, if He is real. And I said, if you're real, let me know, man, and I'll serve you. Because I don't want to live like this anymore. I'm broken, I'm desperate, man. I'm at the end of my freaking road. And I am nothing. I'm this big, dude. I'm wasted away to nothing. And I'm afraid. And so, I prayed that prayer. And I finally, after my sister talked to me and the devil fought me, I got to that church, man, a little church out in the country. And Assembly of God. And her father-in-law, Brother John, he was preaching, man, and the Holy Ghost, they believe in receiving the Holy Ghost and speaking in tongues. So because they believed that, they received it, and God was able to speak through him. And he said, some people, I forgot what he said, but he said, if you want to serve God, He's not just going to drop it in your lap. And whenever I was like, well, how would He know that I was laying down in that bed, nobody was around in that room, and it was like I was asking God to drop it in my lap? How did He know that?